Everybody's complaining about Facebook attribution. I get it. Most of the time, Facebook's attribution is wonky at best. And as a result, about 1 million different companies have popped up trying to solve attribution. You got Wicked Reports, Hyros, Rockerbox, Northbeam, and a number of other different companies trying to infiltrate the space and give people a solution. You've got companies trying to do incrementality like Measured, which are actually pretty cool. But what if I told you there is a way with existing tools you probably already use that you can get attribution data that's relatively accurate for free? But free sucks, Ryan. Well, I've been spending over $1 million a month on Facebook ads without any particular platform and just using these tools for a very long time. If I can get by doing it, so can you. What are these tools? All you really need is Google Analytics setup and one tiny little line of UTM, dynamic UTM content that you put in your ads, and you're ready to go. Before I get started, make sure you hit that like button and please subscribe to the channel. The more people that I get paying attention to these videos, the more videos I will make. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just want to help people do better. Step 1, setting up tracking. Now, this is like the foundation of everything you're about to do. We want to make sure that every ad that we're putting out there is properly being tracked inside Google Analytics. To do this, pull up all of your ads on your ad account. I want you to select them all, click edit, and you're going to drop this code into the URL parameter text input. It's pretty straightforward. Don't worry, I'm not trying to hack you. It's basically UTM underscore source equals Facebook, and UTM underscore medium equals Facebook ads, and UTM campaign equals this dynamic campaign ID, and UTM content equals this dynamic ad ID. That's going to inject the campaign ID and the particular ad ID into your Google Analytics account so you can track everything that's going on. Step 2, start collecting data. So listen, if you're doing this for the first time right now, you're not going to be able to see your past data. This is going to be something you can use moving forward. So as of today, every ad that you produce or publish, you need to make sure that that URL parameter is input there on Facebook so that you can see the behavior of your ad moving forward. So we just basically need to sit here and wait for a little bit as we collect data. So next thing is analyzing the last click results. So there's 2 ways that we're going to be looking at this data once it's inside Google Analytics. The first is by looking at last click results. So go to Google Analytics, head to acquisition, then all campaigns, and you can grab the campaign ID that you want to look at from Facebook's manager, and you're going to filter based on the campaigns you want to dig into. So we're going to paste that in here. Click on the campaign once it's filtered, and then I want you to choose ad content as the secondary dimension. Before we move it any further, make sure you've got the e-commerce view selected, and we'll be able to see exactly how many last click transactions happen, the revenue per session. We'll be able to see the e-commerce conversion rate, and basically how each of your ads are producing. You can then compare all of these ad IDs to Facebook's data and see where Facebook's attribution is getting things right and where things are where Facebook's getting things wrong. But wait, there is more. And if you are seeing a slightly lower number in the last click than Facebook, there are a couple of things that could be happening. The last click is only going to measure that last session. It's also not going to be measuring view throughs. So Facebook, if you have a video view playing and somebody watches that video and then winds up making a purchase through search or something like that, we're not going to be able to track that. But the good news is no platform is going to be able to track that. So it's not like you get an advantage when you use Rockerbox or Hyros or Northbeam. So now we know what our last click conversions are in comparison to Facebook. But how do we get even more data? So a lot of customers visit your page or your landing page through an ad, and then maybe they're at work, maybe they're on public transit, and they don't have time to make the purchase right then and there. So they're going to either bookmark your website or they're going to write down the website URL. And if that person comes back later in the day, using that last click model that I just showed you a second ago, you're not going to be able to tell whether or not that person made a purchase from that last click. They're basically going to be lost in the ether, and you're going to be mad at Facebook for getting the attribution wrong. So we can solve this to some extent because Google Analytics is essentially the single source of truth that your business should be relying on, because everything has to come to your website. GA tracks all of it. So we can use Google Analytics multi-channel funnels to dig deeper and see the real impact. And what's cool about this is we can actually see people who come to your site through an ad and then come back direct later, because Google knows that that direct visitor, their last interaction was literally the ad. So how we're going to do this in GA, we're going to click on conversions on the left. We're going to click on multi-channel funnels. We're going to click on assisted conversions, and then we're going to click campaign as the primary dimension. You're going to take the campaign that you want to look into, and you're going to filter based on that particular campaign ID. What'll pop up is the campaign ID. You can then click on secondary dimension, and you're going to want to choose ad content. So this is going to bring up all of the ads inside of this campaign. So check it out. Under the last click or direct conversions, you're going to see your real last click number of transactions. So if you compare it to your just last click inside of GA, you're going to notice, especially if you've sent some volume to this particular ad, that this number is going to be higher, and this is going to reflect the real number. It should be significantly better than just using last click. And, depending on how lucky you are, maybe it looks closer to Facebook's number, or maybe it looks even better. A lot of times Facebook will say, say 35 purchases on a particular ad. I might see 60 inside of GA if there's a lot of iPhone users. And then I might see like 100 using this last click or direct conversions model, which, not every ad's going to be like that, but once in a while you'll find a crazy winner that you don't see inside of Facebook, or you don't see inside of your last clicks. You're also going to see, this is a really interesting metric, assisted conversions. And what this is these are conversions where this campaign was a touch point on the path to the consumer making a purchase. So that means that they clicked on this ad and then either clicked on another ad somewhere down the line, or maybe they did a Google search, or maybe they saw you on YouTube, but they came in through another marketing channel to make the purchase. So you really get to, each business is going to be different, but you need to decide what value you place on these assists. And these are going to be more valuable at a top of funnel ad placement position, because if there's a high volume of assists, that this top of funnel creative is not only, generating X amount of sales, but it's also getting people an important touch point that contributes to them eventually making a purchase. So it might not make a sale right away, but if your numbers are healthy in your last click or direct conversions, then a high assist count means that this is a very productive campaign. Going through this, you might find that certain creatives actually work really well in tandem together. So that's it for this video. I really hope this helps with your attribution needs and saves you money on or preventing you from wasting money on Facebook, as well as spending money on an attribution platform before you're ready. And if you like this video, make sure you leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe. And if you have a question, make sure to leave it in the comments, and I will do my best to get back to you and help you get through this.